Nothing beats a well-made cocktail. Here we are at the Liquid Kitty in Los Angeles, California. Now, it seems like one can get started in so many different ways, but I guess my question is what route would be best for you?
Every single one of those people have gotten a job as a barback right out of Bar Smarts. I have a lot of people that come to me, can you help me get a job? Can you help me get started? I always point people to a website called Bar Smarts. It's relatively new. It's like 29 bucks, and you take this class online, you get certified, and that's the beginning class. It'll teach you really the ins and outs of what it's like to be behind an actual bar. The last 3 or 4 people that I've sent to Bar Smarts and then said, when you take that certification, the beginning one, come back to me afterwards, and we'll talk, and I'll point you in the right direction, try to get you something where you start out as a barback, or at least start out in the kitchen like I did, depending if it's a restaurant or just a straight bar. And every single one of those people have gotten a job as a barback right out of Bar Smarts. And it's an online thing. It takes, half an hour to take. If you want to continue with them, they have a intensive program. It's a little bit more expensive. You don't have to do that. You don't want to spend that kind of money. So once you do that, you create a resume with your intentions, your experience. Nobody starts with years of experience. It's tough. So I always say stick to being honest on the resume. Whether you have a lot of experience or don't have a lot of experience, the worst thing is to lie and then for us to find out, what? Can't even add, When have you been behind a bar? We'll notice right away. Once you get behind the bar, we'll know that you don't have any experience. We'll know it's a lie, and that's the worst thing. And say, I want to bartend, but I'm willing to start as a barback or a busboy or a porter, depending on what kind of restaurant you're at, what kind of bar you're at. When you go into the place you're applying, know what they do. If they have a kitchen and they're open late, the kitchen's open late, know what those restaurants do. If you come in here, know that we're a bar and we're only open at night and we don't serve any food. We have a small staff, and just say you want to get behind the bar and barback.
I would definitely say get the experience of working at a bar, whether either it's a bartender at a bar or a bar back. I mean, as a bar back, you kind of learn the ropes and you kind of start seeing, okay, how everything works. And again, every bartender is a little bit different. Every bartender, does things differently. They might set up their stuff one side and do things a different way, and the way they mix a drink is a whole different style. But again, you just learn on your own and you go from there. My personal opinion would be going the bar route, learning that way, and then if you want to go and become your own bartender and doing your own little side business, go that way. I mean, if you feel you could do it, by all means, more power to you. But I would definitely say, try get your hands a little bit wet, before you actually start doing it.
Applying in a place like this or any kind of restaurant, ideally you would want to have some kind of restaurant experience. Obviously, you have to start somewhere. So, like I said, I started working at a retirement home as a server, and then I got hired at Red Robin. So it's one of those things where when you do walk into a restaurant, especially here, you kind of want bar experience. Now, if you go into a corporate place, they'll start you small, as a host, and you just work your way up from there. It's basically how a lot of bartenders do it.
For the most part, if somebody comes into a bar that I work at and they have a bartending school on their resume and they think they're ready to bartend, I don't think they are. I don't think they get the skills that they really need. I'm not saying it's bad. For me, every place I've worked at, it's not really a positive. It's not a negative, but it's not a positive either.